Welcome to Backyard Bows.
Hey, welcome to Backyard Bows. I'm Brandon, and today we have the Wraith by Ramrod. So this is kind of their hunting stabilizer setup. Ramrod, I think, is known for their target archery, competition, all their stabilizers, accessories for that archer. They wanted to take all of their technology and knowledge and put it into something for us bow hunters, and I love that they did because, man, I am absolutely loving what they have sent me. So they have one stabilizer, the Wraith. They have tons of different accessories, different options. It's very versatile, different sizes. They have a 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, and a 15-inch for those of you who like those longer bars. I think this is one of the best stabilizer setups I've ever seen. So let's talk about the actual bar. So if you were just to buy the front bar stabilizer, man, it is just the sleekest. I love the black finish on it. It just comes in a black and white option. It comes with a 1-ounce bender weight on the front and then a 2-ounce. So that's what it comes with. You can buy more, which we'll talk about in a second. I kind of got a little bit of everything so that I could have all of the different options and really play around with this. But the actual bar itself, so this is a little bit different. And if you've cut open a couple stabilizers, you will notice that most of them, the majority of them, are the same core. Okay, so even though they might claim different things, if you're to cut them open, most of them are very similar. I think the only one that has even any comparison to this is the Shrewd stabilizers, which I also love. But I think that this is very unique. So what they did here is that the back 2/3, let's say, is made up of a vibra core, which is a rubber material. And then in the front, they have a metal core, which is kind of a fine shaving metal, which is gonna help you kind of with that FOC, get that weight out in front, but also add a different dynamic to helping you stop some of that vibration. So a very unique rod itself. And then on the front, like I said, it comes with the 1-ounce bender weight and then a 2-ounce weight. And it is tungsten. So here's the difference. So if you come over here, we got the little weighted package that they sell separately. You have a 4-ounce weight, 2-ounce weight, and a 1-ounce weight, which I think is perfect. And that's all you would need with even the front and back stabilizer to kind of mix and match that weight and try to find that perfect balance for you. So I love that little weighted package that they sell separately. The difference between tungsten and steel, and really the easiest way to explain it, is that you're using double the amount of material for steel than you are tungsten. So again, it gives you a nice sleek look. There's not a lot there, even though it's doing a lot for you. So I also love that it's super light. It has a really slim diameter. Again, if the wind conditions are horrible, it's not gonna factor in as much. I love the way that they look. This stabilizer, I feel like, could go from bow to bow to bow, and you could use on anything you want. I love their logo, everything. I just think it's really nice and clean. I love what they're doing. So then again, let's step a little bit back. I bought the quick disconnect, which again, if you haven't used one of these, I don't think I will ever go without using a quick disconnect again. I like keeping my bow in a bow case. I don't like it bouncing around, but I love that you can just give this thing one turn. It pops off, easy to put back on. There is a little metal washer in between the rubber washers that has a little grip to it. So when you tighten that down, man, it really grips it good, and you don't have to worry about that thing coming loose, vibrating, making extra noise. So again, very, very solid, well put together, but again, easy to slide off, comes right off. You can put it right back on. I love those quick disconnects. So again, I'm a front bar stabilizer shooter only. I am a whitetail hunter. I climb into really tight spaces, not a lot of clearance, either a blind or high in a tree. I don't like a ton hanging off my bow, but I'm also only shooting 20, 30, 40 yard shots the majority of the time. But I do plan on chasing some muleys one day, getting on the side of a mountain, chasing some elk. And I think that the back bar stabilizer really comes into effect up to maybe 50 yards or more, with some of those longer shots that will be nice to have. And so what we'll do is we'll do some shooting with the front stabilizer on, and then we'll do some shooting with it set up like this, and we'll be able to compare and kind of show you the difference. But I do know that with the back bar stabilizer out to 50, it does help with stability at full draw, which I do love. So we kind of got everything just to try it all. So the Edge adjustable offsetting mount, again, really high quality, 70-75 aluminum. When you do get it all tightened down really good. It's not gonna move on you. I love that it has the laser etched numbers on the bottom part and the top so that you can adjust those screws and you can move it in, out, up, down, and really get that perfect feel for you and the setup that you're using. Very versatile, but again, very solid. I got an 8-inch off the back, a 10-inch in the front. I think this is the perfect stabilizer setup I think you can get. I bought the extra package of weights so that I can kind of mix and match and place those weights where I think that it helps balance the best. But again, when you tighten everything down, I love that it doesn't move. That's something that always worries me with my hunting setup, is that something's going to adjust and move. I love that the numbers are on it so you can take a picture. Whenever you do get it perfectly balanced for you, take a picture so that if it does adjust, you can always go back to it, or if you need to take it off. All right, so we're gonna shoot it with both stabilizers on, front and back. I did the Revex review with just the Wraith front stabilizer on, which is usually how we do most of our bow reviews, so I just kind of did it that way, but we'll do both of them for this little test shooting here. I guess the weight and the angle at which you put that, especially the back bar, kind of depends on how you have the rest of your bow set up, whether you shoot with the quiver on, whether you shoot with the quiver off. For most of the time, I'm hanging my quiver. Sometimes in turkey season, you get caught with it on, but I think for the majority of the time, I like shooting with it off. So I actually have that back bar stabilizer set at 0. So there's no inward outward angle, but you can adjust it left to right slightly just with the edge adapter piece. So I have it almost all the way to the end, not quite, and then I have it coming straight back and down, a slight downward angle. But for the most part, it's just forwards and backwards, and I actually use the same weight that it came set up with. So I have the 3 ounces in the front, 3 ounces in the back. So this is for those of you who just buy the actual stabilizers, no adjustable weight. I like the way it's set up. So right now, it just kind of balances almost immediately, and it feels really good. So this is kind of what we'll do this little freestyle shoot with. We'll go all the arrows at that bear at 40 yards. So first, the Revex. I forgot how smooth this thing was. That's incredible. I haven't shot this in a minute. I've been shooting that VTM, kind of getting ready for this turkey season, and this Revex is like butter. I have a feeling this is probably going to make my top 5 for the year. Just this is one of my favorite bows. This thing, I think the biggest thing with the back bar and where I see it play into effect so much is just your bow seems to want to sit and kind of sit comfortably and just kind of sit down, and it pulls you down into your, into full draw, and it just kind of sits there. And the other thing that I kind of noticed as I was playing around with it is my big reason for not shooting a back bar in the past is having something extra in my bow, adding more weight, something hanging off. But the way this is set up, I mean, it's very slick. You could even get the smaller one that really comes in a little bit more, and then it's almost like you actually have nothing down there, so I like that. I love the adjustability, inwards, outwards, upward, down. I love that you can kind of tinker with that. But the way this is right now feels so good, and there's really not much more to the bow, so I like that. We'll shoot all these shots at that black bear. So I haven't fully changed my mind on a back bar stabilizer. I'll probably end up putting one in the field, and kind of like, I like to try everything. But I think I'm still set that, front stabilizer is all you need shooting the range of shots that I'm shooting, usually 20, 30, 40. Up to 50 is where I think it really is going to play into effect, and beyond. And then that probably really helps dial down those pins. And again, or how your bow's set up. All right, final thoughts on the Wraith ramrod stabilizer. Whether you run one stabilizer or two, the front and back, it's undeniable that the craftsmanship on these are incredible. The care that goes into the detail of these is awesome. I love the adjustability, the weighted options, the tungsten, just to make it as sleek as possible. I think that they'll probably give us another bow hunting stabilizer in the future, maybe some different accessories. You can tell that they're working-minded people. I love that they're hands-on. You can even tell that they probably at least see the final product or actually have a hand in crafting and making each individual stabilizer themselves. The two owners, Josh and Joe, I love that too, very involved. They want to give each purchase, each customer, the most top-notch, top quality product that you can get. I love the way they look as is. A couple different color options. I think this was kind of their test run for the bow hunting stabilizers. Couple different color options would be nice. But I love what they've come out here with the black and white. I mean, it goes on everything. It's just, it's a perfect starter stabilizer for kind of what they're moving and transitioning into. But I absolutely love what they have here. Can't wait to see what comes next. Ramrod is one of the best I have found. Hey, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, leave us a comment. I love interaction. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have so much more to come. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook for updates of anything else that we're going to review. If there's something that you're interested in, hit those links below and check them out. And make sure, no matter what your setup is, what bow you're shooting, get your reps in on the daily. We'll see you next week.